Summer has officially arrived in the Pocono Mountains, and this is Pocono Mountains Podcast. I'm your host, Jim Hamill. Thanks for listening. As they get ready to go racing this weekend for not one, but two NASCAR Cup races at Pocono Raceway, we are full throttle into outdoor activities across the 4 counties of the Pocono Mountains. Fishing, swimming, hiking, biking, just to name a few. There are countless activities to keep you busy while you're outside in the area. We'll visit several in just a moment. The Poconos is a year-round destination for millions, and with 2,400 square miles of rivers, lakes, forests, and mountains, with historic downtowns and iconic family resorts, it's the perfect getaway for a weekend or an entire week. You can always find out more on PoconoMountains.com or watch Pocono Television Network streaming live 24/7. You can follow us there on social media. That's at Pocono TV Network, and go to PoconoTelevision.com. Thanks for listening to Pocono Mountains Podcast. We will have a new episode each week highlighting lots of the fun things you can experience while you're visiting the Poconos. Subscribe to Pocono Mountains Podcast and leave a review and or comment on whatever platform you listen. Now for Chris Barrett taking some shots at skirmish paintball. Then Chris goes zip-lining at Kittatinny Canoes. Ashley joins Chris for some whitewater rafting on the Lehigh River. And then Chris makes a stop at the Zoo in the Woods, Claws and Paws Wild Animal Park. Enjoy the outdoors this season and every season in the Pocono Mountains.
Hi folks, this is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being back with us. Really quick, shout out to Blue Ridge Winery. Randy and Tiffany, phenomenal people. We want to say thanks for the great hospitality to us and the crew. Please watch PTN to see all the great things that are happening at the winery. But right now we are with this young gentleman, Sky Fogel, and we are at Skirmish Paintball in Jim Thorpe. This is where the adrenaline runs freely. Nobody shot at me this morning. He made sure of that, thank God. Sky, tell us about this. This is really an adrenaline rush. It's actually pretty cool. Tell us about it, Sky.
Sure. So Skirmish Paintball is the world's largest paintball facility. We have over 750 acres under management here, and we break that up in between 50 and 60 individual fields. Today we played on the Tittman Castle, which is the largest structure in paintball. The exterior wall is over a 1/4 acre, and almost every tower in here is 3 stories. It's one of the biggest fields in paintball, and we can play up to 300 people in this one field at one time. It's pretty cool. We also have the Tittman City just across the road here. That's 24 individual buildings. This past year we just rebuilt a scale model of the Alamo that we're playing on this year. Tons of fun. And of course, out in our front fields, we have Killbox, one of our newest container fields, and Cargo, which is, I played in a tournament there 2 weeks ago, and it was a ton of fun. We just were wrecking the whole day. It was great.
So Sky would not let me have the tournament gun, which I'm not sure what that was, but he did mention it. So I saw when we came in, we saw Stalingrad and Normandy. Were those different types?
Yeah, so we also have scenario paintball games here at Skirmish Paintball. We have 3 big ones, right? We have the Invasion of Normandy, which is the largest paintball game in the world. This past year, we had over 4,000 players playing paintball at the same time. I like to say it's a loose reenactment of the Invasion of Normandy, but I'll tell you what, there is nothing more adrenaline pumping than doing that. Or I should say there's nothing more that's safe and adrenaline pumping than doing that.
And we are safe here, yes.
That's right, yeah. At Skirmish, we take safety super, super important. Everyone has to have goggles. Everyone goes through a gun briefing. And obviously we have professional refs with all of our players all day long. Another cool thing about being the size we are is it allows us to get players to play against similar skill types. A lot of fields you go, they just don't have the player base, so you may be playing with someone who's a little more skilled. Here at Skirmish, especially on busy Saturdays, we break people down into 4 separate groups, from ranked beginners to people like myself who play in tournaments.
So you don't feel like you're outclassed and you're just kind of learning at your own pace, right?
Absolutely, yeah. That's our goal, is we want everyone to have a good time. Whether it's a birthday party or a bachelor party or even a bachelorette party, we want people to come to Skirmish, get in that excellent anger management, that huge adrenaline rush, go home happy, tired, and safe.
So if you had time for one more question, if you wanted the folks who are visiting here and deciding to come here to know one thing, what would that be?
Skirmish Paintball is the biggest and best paintball facility in the entire world. We're only 2 hours from New York City and an hour and a half outside of Philadelphia.
Wow, so you heard it right here. We were at Sky Fogel at Skirmish Paintball. He was telling us all about how this is one of the best facilities, not only in Pennsylvania, United States, but in the world. So we want to see here. I'm Chris Barrett along with Sky for PTN. We're the Pocono Television Network. Thanks for watching. Zipliners, come on in. Ha! Didn't expect that, did you? This is PTN, the Pocono Television Network, and right now, we're at Kinnatini, and we're with Jackie. She's gonna tell us all about it. It's an awesome day here in the Pocono Mountains, a beautiful fall day, and ziplining is the order of the day, but there's so much more. So Jackie, tell me about where we're at, what we're doing, what you have. There's so much to talk about.
Well, we're at Kinnatini Campgrounds, and this is our dual racing zip line. It is 36 stories. It's an amazing ride. You can race down side by side. You go to speeds 40 to 60 miles per hour. The whole ride takes about 60 seconds.
Wow, 36 stories.
36 amazing stories.
So like a 36-story building, I'm looking down and wow, that's amazing.
That's what it is. We have beautiful views of the Delaware River on your way down. Although the speeds do go up to 60 miles an hour, it doesn't feel like it. When you're out there, you're soaring.
So you said it's a 60-second ride, correct? From the top down to the bottom?
Approximately 60 seconds, correct.
And then tell us about what times of the year are best for the ride?
Well, right now is the best time of the year. It's cooled off a little bit, it's fall. There's color out, the views are amazing. This is just like the perfect time to go ziplining.
So we have bald eagles and falcons up here and all those kind of guys, right?
Absolutely, you can see them out over the Delaware all the time.
So it must be really great to see people enjoying the Delaware and then coming down the zip line. We can just see it from the platform up here. I don't know if you could see it on the camera, but the view is just, it's breathtaking. I'll imagine it, but not get on it because I'm a chicken. But it's so great to just see this view. I can't believe how amazing it looks. But Jackie, this isn't the only thing you have, right? You just, cabins now you have, you're from the campground. Tell us about it.
Yes, Kinnatini Canoes is a rafting, kayaking, ziplining, paintball campground that has new cabins that are log homes, all the comforts of home if camping on a tent isn't quite for you. The cabins sleep 6. There is a private bedroom. There are built-in bunk beds and a futon, a full-size futon. We have kitchens that are furnished with all your essentials. The only thing that you need to bring are your sheets and towels, and you're ready to camp.
Does that mean glamping is coming soon to the Kinnatini?
We may be looking at glamping. That's also on schedule. We do have an entire mountain to work with here.
Everything that you have to do here, I'm assuming you could stay a number of days. What's your favorite thing? I think I might know.
My favorite thing would be 36-story dual
We're
racing
looking at it, aren't we?
zipline.
We're looking at it. Jackie, thank you so much for hosting us here. Your crew has been amazing. They've been hospitable. I know they treat every guest that way too. There's so much to do here. You have to check it out. Come any day. The fall day was just amazing, and I'm so happy that we were able to come on that day. The crew here is incredibly safe. Safety is always first, but they make sure that you have fun and they make sure that it's an awesome experience. So for Jackie and her crew here, and my crew too, you're watching PTN, the Pocono Television Network. You're watching PTN, the Pocono Television Network. We're so happy that you guys are here.
Hey, Chris.
Oh, well, wait. We have Ashley here. This is awesome. So, Ashley, why are you here?
Well, I really want to talk about where we just came from the gold mine, number 9. Lots of experience there. And ladies, I do want to tell you, if you're nervous about going to a coal mine, thinking you may get dirty or cold, no need to worry. So definitely check that out.
And that was a wonderful experience. But a quick shout out to everybody at the Number 9 Mine Museum and tour. We want to say thanks to Izzy, Dave, Tammy. They were incredible. If you get here, you got to check it out. But a trip to the Poconos would not be complete without a whitewater experience.
Agreed.
Sierra, come on in. Oh, yes. Sierra, we got time now. Tell us all about the great whitewater stuff here in the Poconos.
Yeah, so we have 2 different types of whitewater rafting. We have a mild section where you can be 4 or older, and we have a more wild section for those looking for more of an adventure.
Right.
Yeah, for Ashley to come out.
I'm ready.
So we have everything from family fun to bringing your friends to pairing it with biking and really have an epic day out. We have everything you could ask for, and the Pocono Mountains is really a mecca for outdoor sports. So we definitely recommend coming to Jim Thorpe and the Lehigh River and Pocono Whitewater and going out there on the river and getting to experience what's really in your backyard.
I heard something about a picnic or like halfway down the river. So talk to us about that.
Yeah, so on our family style section, you can bring your kids 4 and up, and there's a hot barbecue halfway down along the river, hot dogs, chips, fruit, lemonade. I mean, what
Perfect.
kid doesn't love that in the middle of summer?
Absolutely.
So we have about one question left, and Sierra, tell us really quickly. You talked to me about a 1 to 6 rating on a river. That was really interesting. So what is the Lehigh River behind us?
Yeah, so the Lehigh River is a class 3 river, so it's a great intro to whitewater. You get to steer your own raft, you get to be out there with your friends, but it's not too crazy. It's a great way to really get your feet wet and see if whitewater is for you. And our family style is even better for that, because if you've never done anything like it, even if you can't swim, we'll put you in a life jacket like that, we'll get you out there, and we'll make sure you're good.
So Ashley's
That's
making
for you, Chris.
Yeah, that's right. Ashley's making a fashion statement. I don't know if she wants me to go in a life jacket, to be honest with you. But anyway, Sierra's been here. Thank you, Sierra from Pocono Whitewater, so much. You're watching PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Thanks for watching. Hi everyone, you're back on PTN. This is the Pocono Television Network at one of the coolest places in the Pocono Mountains. It's Claws and Paws, and it's the Wild Animal Park. I just love it here. And I was telling Pam, who is a zookeeper here, I was talking to her about how many times I've drove past this and saw this sign. I'm like, oh my gosh, I really want to see it. And Pam just gave us the gold tour. She actually showed us a lot of cool things. So I want to actually talk to her, and she's going to actually tell all of us about all the great things that are here at Claws and Paws. Pam, thanks so much for being with us.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for coming.
Oh my gosh, it's a joy to be here, and it's something different, something you wouldn't really expect in the Poconos.
Yes, what makes us unique is that when people come to the Poconos, they want to be outside, get away from the city, enjoy the mountains, and most zoos aren't like this, but we're in the woods. So our setting, our trees and forests, we have natural wildlife, but we also have over 100 species of magnificent animals that you normally would not see in the Poconos.
Well, I didn't even really think of that, but we are located within the woods in a forest.
Yes, and it provides shade for our animals, a nice setting to take a walk, and also, like I said, a lot of local wildlife, just, it's their home too.
So we were really lucky we got to interact with a real giraffe. Jethro, right?
Yes, he's our favorite here at the zoo. Everybody loves Jethro.
Oh, he's like 3 years old?
Yes, we just celebrated his 3rd birthday, so it was a big celebration here at the zoo.
So anyway, Pam, getting back to you, talk to us about all the cool things a family can do here. That's what I thought was really neat.
Well, what we like to focus on is families interacting with the animals. So we want people to leave with not only a great educational experience, but enjoyable too. So the way that you can really connect with animals is by getting close to them. So we're known as the zoo in the woods that lets people get close up and personal with animals. We have a lot of interactive activities that we let people do. For example, we have a Lori parrot feeding. You go in and you feed the birds and they land on you. And what makes our parrot feeding different from others is that our birds are super friendly, so they don't even care if you have food. They just want to hang out with you. They love people. Just like Jethro the giraffe, if you don't have food, he still wants to hang out with you.
He's awesome.
Yeah, we have a place called Turtle Town where you can go in and interact with very large tortoises. You can touch them, you can pet them, and you can see what it's like to be a tortoise. And of course, we have a petting zoo, so people love that. You don't have to feed them, but if you want to, they really enjoy being fed. Deer, sheep, goats. So it's great for people to actually get an experience, a positive experience with the animals. That's what we want them to leave with.
So how much of the year are we open here? What is the schedule like?
We are not open in the winter months, so our schedule is basically the 1st of May until around the 3rd week of October when it starts to snow.
I think a lot of us even asked you these questions, but a lot of the animals that you see here, like Jethro, they've adapted to the climate, right?
Yes, they really do adapt to living here in the Poconos. The lions, they get a thicker coat probably than they would in Africa. I see them out in the middle of winter. It always surprises me. They have a heated area they can hang out in. They choose to go outdoors. So a lot of our animals are just acclimated to living here. We also have a lot of northern animals that love the cold weather. They might prefer the winter to the summer, like the Arctic foxes and the tigers. They love it in the wintertime.
If you were coming here for the first time, or a family coming here the first time, first visit to the Pocono Mountains, first visit to this lovely property, what would you advise them to do? What would you tell them is the best thing to do?
At our zoo, I think the best thing to do is the giraffe feeding. That for me is the topper. But also if you just want a relaxing day away from the city, just a time with your family, it's kind of like going on a hike in the woods, but you're going to see some really interesting animals along the way.
You have to make sure that on a trip to the Pocono Mountains, you come right here to Claws and Paws. It's just an amazing place. We can go on. I've been here for 46 years. So we want to thank Pam and the whole staff. Just remember, you're watching PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Thanks for watching.
Want to find out more about all the fun things you can do both indoors and out here in the Poconos? Just head to our website, PoconoMountains.com. Click on Things to Do, and you can plan your getaway and adventure throughout the region. Thanks again for listening to Pocono Mountains Podcast. You can subscribe to us anywhere podcasts are available and leave a review and or comment.
Isn't it comforting to be around things we know, experiences that are tried and true? They give us a feeling of safety and comfort. This is where we can get away from it all. It's time to be happy again and have fun. We've always been here. You and your family's safety is our first priority, and it always will be. Feel the comfort again when you visit the Pocono Mountains. Find us at PoconoMountains.com.
And we're back. Thanks for listening to Pocono Mountains Podcast. I'm Jim Hamill. Now for a Pocono Mountains Podcast Extra. 2, actually. Our Brianna Strunk recently visited Claws and Paws on an episode of Pocono Mountains Magazine. I also went for a ride on the newest attraction in the Poconos, Soarin' Eagle Rail Tours in Hawley, which takes you on rail bikes along the Lackawaxen River. Please enjoy both stories from the June episode of Pocono Mountains Magazine.
In this next segment, we're taking a tour of the Poconos, showing you a place where you and the family can come and have an up-close and personal experience with animals. Come with us as we show you around Claws and Paws. Bobcats, birds, bears, and plenty of otter animals are waiting to meet you at Claws and Paws Wild Animal Park in Lake Ariel.
Well, the panthers are my favorite here, and a lot of other animals, but that one's my top favorite.
Claws and Paws is now open for the season, 7 days a week, weather permitting, through October.
All the animals are really cool, but I don't know which one's my second favorite, so I'm thinking about it.
Feed Jethro, the giraffe, who loves chowing down on carrots. And don't forget about his little friend Yodel, the donkey. Hold him like this, you said?
Yep.
Then, if you're feeling brave enough, grab some apples and become one with the Lori parrots. It's like a little massage on my head. Claws and Paws opened in the early 70s, starting small and expanding over time. Today, there are thousands of animals in all shapes and sizes.
We have cockroaches from Madagascar that are this big, up until we have the giraffe and the camel and everything in between.
I found one! Yeah!
And kids will love spending time in the dino dig.
I was digging for dinosaurs so I can keep one of them.
With interactive activities and informational signs all over the park, this is meant to be an educational experience for all ages.
I'm a hiker, so I love to get out in the woods when I can, and just seeing some of the animals that I might possibly encounter, or learn a little bit more about the ones that I have no desire to find on the trail. Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Claws and Paws is home to several rehabbed animals, like this great horned owl. Too injured to return to the wild, this is their second shot at life.
They usually do very well once they get adjusted to the surroundings.
And a lot of work goes into decorating the animals' homes. Fallen trees become furniture, while donated fire hose helps make hammocks and play sets.
Since we are the ones that take care of the animals, we see them every day, we know what they like, and we try new things with them.
So come take a walk on the wild side while the animals lounge and love.
I think it's really great.
For Pocono Television Network, I'm Brianna Strunk.
The Store Bridge Line Excursion Railroad has been taking folks along the Lackawaxen River for miles for many years now, from Honesdale to Hawley and even to Lackawaxen. But now there's a new game in town that lets you get in the driver's seat of a whole new perspective, enjoying the beautiful Pocono Mountains from a new point of view. It's Soaring Eagle Rail Bike Tours, and they're all new this summer here in the Poconos. Let's take a ride. What do you think, brother? Yeah.
Having been someone who's enjoyed the Pocono Mountains since I was a kid, it's occurred to me and my wife that something that seemed to just be missing was something just like this. It's different, it's fun, it's family fun, and it's outdoors, and even amidst all of the craziness of this pandemic, it's something that we can enjoy safely.
So these rail tours will run all season long up until Halloween, when they have something pretty special planned to spook you while you're out here on the railroad in the dead of night.
Amazing scenery, amazing views of the Lackawaxen River. This is my first rail bike ride ever. A little bit of effort here and there, but for the most part, once you're rolling, it's fairly easy to keep the bike moving.
What it is a bike that is a little bit sort of reclined with pedals out in front of you, and then they come in 2-seaters or 4-seaters. And our guys will load you up on the tracks. They will escort you through for about a 3-mile leisurely bike journey down the tracks along the beautiful Lackawaxen River, which is absolutely gorgeous. There are tons of eagle nests along the way. There's so many sights and sounds, and just a nice leisurely time down the tracks.
Just look at that breathtaking view. You really get a sense of how preserved and beautiful and natural this river corridor has been for generations. You know, this used to be a major part of the D&H Canal, bringing coal from Honesdale that came over the mountain on the Gravity Railroad to market in New York City. And so by pedaling through the Storebridge Line railroad tracks, you're almost pedaling through time.
We are so excited to be getting started here. Please check us out on our website. That's www.soarin.com. So www.soaringeagle.com, and then check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We'll be posting our pictures of our adventures, and we hope to see you on the rails.
So after about an hour and a half, 2-hour ride, you are back in Hawley, where you can come across the railroad bridge and really enjoy the trip that you had along the Lackawaxen River, seeing eagles and deer and all kinds of beautiful landscapes throughout what are some of the most picturesque spots in the Pocono Mountains. So for Pocono Television Network, I'm Jim Hamill. Thank you for watching. Skirmish paintball, Kittatinny canoe zip lines on the Delaware River, Pocono whitewater, Claws and Paws, and Soaring Eagle rail tours. Just a handful of the amazing outdoor activities you can experience when you're exploring the Pocono Mountains. Speaking of, don't forget to watch the NASCAR doubleheader this weekend at Pocono Raceway. That's if you can't be there in person. Please remember to subscribe anywhere podcasts are available. Come visit us in the Pocono Mountains. Book your trip today.